The other situation is the long-term contracts, and the Giants have got a couple, but there's plenty around the comp, Kane, and I think COVID's brought this sharper into context. You have a strong view that long-term contracts are a thing of the past.
It's an epidemic. There are so many clubs that are about to get burnt by long-term deals. They still owe their players significant amounts of money that may never play again. Who knows how many games Buddy Franklin's got left in him? 2.5 there, we know that. We've spoken about Polek. He doesn't play a game for the next 3 years. That's what he's owed, 2.1 million at North, who can hardly afford to play that. Hanbury's the same. But further to this, and there's so many players in this next category, the potential for clubs to get burnt by Rory Sloane, who's 30, who's missed 16 games in 3 years and he's past his best. Miller is the same. Well, Grundy hasn't even started the 7-year extension, Hutchie. You're playing the ruck for that long. Do you think he's going to be going as well as he is at 33 in the ruck? Kelly, Canelio, I mean, there's a number of them. I think there's going to be a number of clubs that regret doing this, and clubs got to take the power back. I mean, 4 years is long enough. Anything longer than that is an irresponsible offer to any player in the game. I don't care who you are. No one, I don't think, deserves more than 4 years at the moment. I
understand the sentiment, and there's some players there, like the St Kilda have been lucky that there are others have come in and been very good and taken the pressure off Hanbury, which in isolation hasn't worked. But Grundy's not a looming disaster. That could be one of, like, he's got the best years of his career ahead of him, Kane.
You'd hope so. You'd hope so, Hutchie. But who knows? 7 years is a long time in this environment. And, how much of an influence do big ruckmen have in premiership wins? You look at the recent premiership winners, they haven't been with a star ruckman like Grundy on a massive deal like that. And the fallout from his deal, does that mean they can't afford other players like Dacos, who's out of contract, like Moore, like De Goey? So the flow-on effect as well is what you've got to consider also.
I would have argued with Kane normally, but I'm with him. Yep, I was always of the big contracts, and I think now in the environment that we're in...
There's so much uncertainty going forward about what the economy is going to be like.
And there's not many who actually, across the journey, go, you know what, he was worth it. It's harder. So I think on that page that Kane shows, not many have franked the deals that they've had. Although Franklin, I think he was worth it.
Yeah, but according to Craig, you have to win a premiership. But in my view, if you're a solid top four contender, I think that's enough.
So on Leon though, if you coach a team for how many years will this be? 10 years?
Yeah, by the end of the contract.
Surely, if you've had 10 years at it, a flag should be an expectation.
It's a great expectation, but it doesn't mean it's been a failure if you've consistently been a top four team.
You either win or you don't win. It's as simple as that in footy. No one gives you any credits or kudos.
No, that's
I'm not saying it's right, but that's how it is.